So the next story is also a true story, and they have a wonderful place called the Anger Recovery Center.
Yes.
That we visited. And as we've studied incarceration, I mean, you just think that $50,000 a year is spent on a young person in prison, and you hear being put in a room, and so many people put in a room and handed food, and we've got to together be thinking about what's going on and what we can change. So the next story is also a true story, and this one we did perform. So they're going to perform it for you, and this is a woman named Caitlin, who also went to we heard her story at the Anger Recovery Center. She's a friend of Tara's.
I got pregnant with my crack dealer's baby, and I stayed homeless my entire pregnancy. I didn't have one prenatal visit with the doctor because I didn't know how to go to a doctor and say, help me, I'm using drugs. Somebody help me, I'm pregnant and I'm homeless. I didn't know the resources to go to. So I stayed out on the streets using drugs my entire pregnancy. And I walked into Women and Infants and I said, somebody take this baby out of me. And without filling out a birth certificate, and without holding my child, I left the hospital 2 hours after I gave birth. And I got into my drug dealer's car in the parking lot, and I bought drugs. I didn't know how to stop. The pull was so strong for me, the grip was so strong, like I didn't know how to stop. I didn't know who to talk to. So I got into a relationship. And I just thought, well, if I have another one, if I have another baby, I won't be an addict. If I have another baby, this one won't be handicapped. If I have another baby, I won't leave this one at the hospital. So I got pregnant. And when I was 7 months pregnant, I ended up pulling a robbery. And I was charged with 2 felonies. And I went to jail, and I was facing 3 to 5 years. I went to jail 7 months pregnant on methadone. I had my baby in jail. Before my placenta came out, my ankle was already being recuffed to the bed rail. That was really hard for me. When I went back to jail, I ended up getting into a fist fight, and I was sent to segregation. I did 10 months in seg. I didn't have one call from my mom. I didn't have one visit. They fed me through a hole in the door. I was out of my room for 10 minutes a day to take a shower for 10 months. I didn't have counseling. I didn't have medication. I didn't have anyone to tell me that it was going to be okay. I couldn't even read a book. My mind was so scattered. I didn't get to see my son till he was 10 months old. When I got out of seg, when I finally learned how to keep my mouth shut and stop acting out. When I got out of jail, I wasn't properly medicated. And they took me off my methadone. So the first thing I did, like any addict would do, I got high. I suffered 2 severe heroin overdoses. One, they found me purple and nonverbal. It took 4 cans of Narcan that they hit me with to wake me up. When I woke up, I was so mad that they hit me with that Narcan. I said, that was my time to meet Jesus. That is my time. Why would you take that away from me? I didn't want to be alive. I was so numb from everything that had happened. And I had no counseling for any of the things that I just talked about. When I did talk about them, I cried. And things started to get better in my life. I'm reuniting with my mom. She knows now that when I don't answer the phone that I'm just in the shower. Not that I relapsed and that I'm lying inside of a pit somewhere. And I really do love myself today.